Pies are big in New Zealand. All the truckers get fat and get heart attack. This is where the spirits leave New Zealand. Total break. And it's been so good.
For me, it's putting life back into perspective.
This question we've got here is, how can we afford to travel? I've got in my hand a power pie, which is kind of a big shellfish, maybe known around the world as abalone.
Paua can be found along much of the New Zealand coastline.
Paua's been taking a hammering from poaching and incorrect handling.
Paua can be taken while snorkelling or sometimes by gathering at low tide. If you are snorkelling for paua, no breathing apparatus is permitted. This gives paua stocks a chance to replenish in deeper water where they can't be reached.
Seafood paua pie. Just got it from this little roadside place here. They sell ice creams, honey. I brought a kg of honey, far north honey. I love my honey. But anyway, let's get into this pie. Feels good. It's nice and warm, soft. I'm meant to be gluten-free, but eating this anyway. The pastry's good.
How does it taste like? How's it feeling?
The pastry's soft but still crunchy, but I haven't got to the paua yet. Might be a bit hot, might burn my mouth. Oh, look at it. Nice saucy on the inside. Pies are big in New Zealand. All the truckers get fat and get heart attacks because they drive around the country delivering goods and they...
Did he say that? Oh my god!
Yeah, the truckers do get fat because they eat pies all day. Okay, right, we're into the paua bit.
Man, you're making me hungry now. And? Is it like...
It's kind of like a seafood chowder. It's not strong tasting. The pastry is perfect. Oh, see? It's crunchy but soft. I've got to do the big eyes, like that Mark guy on YouTube.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Oh my, you look scary.
That's good. And we'll watch Yogi have hers now, eh? How's your first paua pie going, Yogi?
It's quite yummy. It is like seafood chowder. Quite creamy and a bit cheesy, isn't it?
A lot of cheese in there.
A lot of cheese. We don't normally have too much dairy or gluten. We might suffer tomorrow, but it's worth it today.
For the vlog, eh?
For the vlog. It's all for the vlog.
Oh well, people come to New Zealand and get yourself a paua pie. Yum. So just to backtrack just a moment, in the last episode we had a really scary event with a proper tsunami warning evacuation alert.
Are washing ashore after a major tsunami alert was issued this morning.
And we live on Koko at Anchor and we thought a tsunami was coming.
The first wave.
Shit, my heart is pounding.
There's a tsunami warning.
So make sure you don't miss that episode. But yeah, that's a wrap. That's our second tsunami event. But now we're on a road trip up the north of New Zealand to Cape Reinga, the most northern point of New Zealand. I've noticed there's virtually no traffic on the road. It's great for driving. Not that I'm speeding anything with now that I'm a family man. But it must be because of COVID, because this is a major tourist area. There would be camper vans coming up here, and then if all the businesses were busy from tourism, there'd be all the workers, but it's virtually feels really uninhabited. It's quite nice, perfect for a road trip. Oh, I'm loving being away from the boat, the amount of maintenance, and it's because we've done a lot of upgrade. I'm getting in my head, I'm getting the workload of maintenance and upgrades mixed up, where if I was just doing maintenance it would probably be manageable, but because we've done so many upgrades, which is going to do us really well for the next 10 or 20 years, so much effort, so much to learn, I'm just loving being away from it. I think we're gonna, and I'm really hoping in the future the workload backs off, which I sort of know it will, but I just need to believe it. We are here, we're at the north part of New Zealand. It's quite an impressive place. It's a bit like our journey really, where it's the end of something and then the sea, and our sailing journey continues on after this. The lighthouse is down there.
It's quite good that they got a really cool track so we can take the stroller with us.
Yeah, it's lucky. Stroller is working well. I've been reading on the signage that the Maori people believe that this is where the spirits leave New Zealand and continue on their journey to their ancestral homeland of Hawaii, or which would be Hawaii, maybe where they originated from. And down there on the cliff face there is a pahutakawa tree that has just stood right on the edge and clinged on to an impossible environment of salt and wind. And normally they flower, but that's where the spirits leave from. Interesting. It does sort of definitely feel like a dramatic landscape, whatever you believe.
Driving in my car, the road is long and full of dust. The landscape changes around me, on and on, I feel I'm...
Here you can see the meeting of the seas located at the northernmost tip of New Zealand, and it's a very popular tourist destination. The meeting of the seas is caused by the different water densities of the Tasman Sea and the Pacific Ocean. The Tasman Sea is warmer and less saline, while the Pacific Ocean is colder and more saline. When these two bodies of water collide, they create a visible line where the colours of the water meet, with one side appearing blue and the other green, plus the currents swirl and the waves stack up.
Turn left onto Seaview Road, then turn left to stay on Seaview Road.
With the rain and the wind, we just rested up in this beautiful location, enjoying time with Liam and some good old time on the couch watching Netflix. Once the weather cleared, we went out for some fresh air and to explore this beautiful beach area, Cooper's Beach, Northland, New Zealand.
We go to the top now or later?
Is a picturesque paradise that should be on every traveller's itinerary. This beach boasts crystal clear waters, nice sandy beaches and stunning sunsets. Visitors can enjoy swimming, snorkeling, kayaking or simply relax or soak up the tranquil atmosphere.
You come out to... Oh, hi guys. I'm just enjoying the last of this beautiful view. You can hear the waves crashing down there. Oh, for this trip I've just been reminded of the simplicity of getting away from your life for a week. Just total break. And it's been so good. It's been such a nice place to stay, such beautiful scenery, a yummy paua pie. So for me, now we go back to Coco. We're trying to get back in the water for launch on the 1st of September. My next big project is to install 2 diesel heaters that we can cruise for the rest of New Zealand winter and show you around some winter anchorages. So Yogi's got this, oh, interrupted by a phone call. I'll just silence that. Yogi's got this tonic that she brought from the cafe the other day. So let's go have a first taste of it. Where did I put it? Put it here. So we're interested in whatever health tonics we can find as we travel around the world. We believe in herbal medicine and traditional Western medicine, but both should work together. So here's this health tonic.
It smells weird.
So yeah, let's try it. It could be disgusting.
Ugh.
Actually, that's quite drinkable.
It's like molasses.
Slight
A little bit tight.
lemony water.
Yeah,
But it wasn't disgusting. I thought it, who knows what it could have been.
it wasn't too bad.
So how's the trip been for you, Yogi?
It has been quite good. For me, it's putting life back into perspective. If you keep going and working, it's just you tend to sort of not enjoy and you think something's wrong. But you just have a little break and ready to go back and carry on.
And little Liam's been a champ, eh? You've been a champ for us on this trip.
Yeah, he's getting a bit tired.
Yeah.
A bit grizzly.
We've just timed it so when we hop back in the car, he's due for a sleep. As parents do, you time it around the feeds and the sleep. So, oh well, we'll see you back at Coco. Right, hi everybody. Hope you enjoyed our Northland vlog. That was such a beautiful place in New Zealand, and I just wish you all get a chance to travel up there someday. I thought I'd do a question and answer session just so we can share a bit more about our life and bits and pieces, and hopefully you find it interesting. So the first question we've got here is, how can we afford to travel? Well, firstly, Yogi had a pre-established digital income by having her own online accounting firm, and she's continued to do that from the boat. We've even managed to work digitally just after we brought Coco in beautiful Bora Bora. It does sometimes have some conflicts between working and enjoying the boat life, or moving anchor in the night and being tired because of the wind, and the next day having client meetings and just juggling that, and sometimes the other boats are going to a few more destinations. But overall, we still feel like it's better that we're out here, we're working, we've got a really nice comfortable boat, and that it's worth this approach. Or I suppose the other alternative is we could go back and do the normal life for 10 or 20 years and then hope something like this happens in our future. But hey, health issues could get in the way, things could change, we might not be able to afford the boat then. So hey, you never know, so the opportunity is now. And I'm working hard to make a future out of being a videographer, so we're hoping that kicks in the future. And I do some business advisory because I have a master's in business and I've had 20 years of business experience. And also what's going on now, just sharing a little bit of our personal lives. We did a lot of upgrades to Coco, which I think will be in the next video after this. Fingers crossed we get that done. But we're actually needing to downgrade a property we've got rented out, and just to clear off a bit of debt we have left over from the boat upgrades. So that's been a big decision, but hey, we're lucky we have that option and we can't complain. It's not like living in Ukraine, is it? First world problems. So how do you work digitally? Well, I've done a whole podcast with the Blue Water Cruising Academy on this, so there'll be a link below in the description for that. But basically we stay close enough to cell phone coverage. And the cell phone coverage normally goes 10 to 20 miles out from most coastal situations and most islands. There's cell phone coverage there in the cruising grounds, and we're really happy with that. And we get our internet, Yogi does accounting, I'll make videos, so that's really how that works. And when we do offshore passages, Yogi simply goes on holiday from her accounting client base. We get to the location and we look around and start catching up on work. The next question is a good question. What is it like travelling and sailing with a toddler? Well, firstly, I've come to think that I wouldn't recommend it if you knew that you either already had a toddler or one was going to come along. I might say wait until your child is 5 and 7 and above. Many people do travel with a toddler on boats and inland, but I would say it's best to wait for maybe 5 and above. What makes it possible for us is Liam is a super chilled boy and he sleeps through the night,
and that's really incredible. And sometimes when I'm out in the dinghy and exploring a new place, it's just amazing just to be sharing it with him, and preparing the fresh air, the wind and the rain, and just being out here and sharing it with our family. And of course I'm getting to grow up with him. He's grown up with me. That's a bit back to front, but anyway, I'm getting to spend time with him. I'm not just off at a corporate office and then coming home and giving him his bath. We share the parenting pretty much equally, and so we're getting a lot of time spent with him. So that's the pros. The cons is that we're away from family, and sometimes week after week of me and Yogi entertaining active toddler just wears thin. There's not a lot of time for exercise or work or boat jobs, and we've got no grandparents close by, and our friends are away, so that can wear thin, and sometimes you just feel a bit crappy because of that. But hey, he's growing up fast, and everything on a whole's going really well. But I suppose we came out here because I was really sick of my previous career, which I owned a used car yard, and our life situation. I didn't want to stay in that town anymore. I'd done 20 years grinding away at a business in that town, and we wanted to get out and explore the world. So we knew a toddler might come along, so we just thought, hey, we'll get a comfortable enough boat and we'll just take on this challenge. And overall it's working out mostly for the good. So here's some boating questions. How fast can Coco sail? I think I've seen her in the 10 to 12 knots once when we were coming downwind from Tahiti, and I think it must have been gusting about 35 knots true wind that night, and she really woke up and powered along. But for us on an offshore passage, a perfect speed is 6 to 9 knots, and that keeps Coco feeling very house-like. You basically watch movies, you make your food as normal, you move around. It's quite quiet to sleep in that level, but any more than that and she really wakes up and starts to feel like you're on a race boat. And also offshore, you don't want to go too fast because you could be straining the rig, and we need to sort of go 6 to 9 knots quite sedately. But in saying that, we normally beat most of the monohulls in on passage, and that's even us sailing short-handed with a toddler. What is the biggest storm you have been in? None. We avoid them and plan our passages very carefully. But I'm pretty sure we're going to get caught out one day. We have a drag device safety rope that would slow us down if we're surfing down huge waves. And we've got a length of chain and that, and it goes out the big loop of rope out the back of Coco. So we've got that system, but mainly it's weather planning, and we will sit around and wait for our passage. We try not to be very fixed about it, no schedules, and just pick good weather, and you can see it coming along. We get weather router advice for offshore passages when needed, and the game is to sail around the world and avoid big storms. The next question is, what is the best thing about living on board Coco? Well, from my perspective, the equipment upgrades we did in solar and electrical are just fantastic. We can run the water maker. It makes 120 litres an hour. We can run that all day if we want, and we just have water for Africa, long hot showers, lots of hot water, can turn the hot water cylinder on, heat up the hot water for a shower. We've got an oven, toaster, electric jug, and we've got a dishwasher and lots of refrigeration. So all of that feels very house-like to me, and that was my goal with the upgrades. Otherwise it could feel like camping, and camping's alright for a month or two. If it's slow to boil your water, or you're having cold showers, or you had to really quickly have a shower because there wasn't a lot of water on board, or have a shower once a week, and we just didn't want any of that. We just wanted a very house-like experience, and then that's what helps us cope with a stormy night on anchor that wakes you up in the middle of the night, or work pressure, or parenting pressure, or all those things that can come along. Then the comfort of Coco really kicks in and supports us of a family, and you can go, okay, it's good to be out here and carry on traveling and sailing around the world. What is the worst thing? Probably boat maintenance. I've learned a lot, but it just takes a catamaran of this size. There's a lot of systems on board, and it just can take a lot of time. It's pretty much 10 or 20 hours a week to live off grid, to run the water makers, upgrade something, do cleaning. move anchorages because some weather's come in, monitoring the weather, all of that takes a good chunk of time. So combining that living off grid aspect with some work and with having a young family, hey, we're really busy, probably busier than what we'd like, but you know, hey, nothing's perfect, is it? And like I say, we're not in Ukraine with Putin's missiles raining down on us, so it's still a beautiful thing. What are our plans for the future of the YouTube channel? Well, we really like focusing on the sailing and exotic food experiences and going around the world looking for food experiences and sharing that with you guys. So we want to focus on the food experiences even more. You'll see that in the upcoming vlogs. And we have a rebrand and a new name of our channel coming soon, which we've dreamt up this week. And very exciting to launch that in the next month or two. And we're going to be launching Patreon, so you can become involved and help support the channel so we can spend more time and effort and invest more in the channel and make more videos. But hey, if Patreon's not your thing, we're just happy that you're here anyway. We love your comments, we love interacting, we love sharing the journey. So yeah, that's this week's question and answers. If you like this, send more questions through and we'll do them on the occasional episode. But anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the notification button, and we will see you in the next episode. Good night.